Hello, 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 my friends. Glorious Tuesday to you. Glorious Tuesday to you. So, guys, I want to start today off with, man, what a beautiful day it has been today. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been kind of sharing how really the wheels have fallen off of my life. But I am happier now than I have ever been. I'm going to say probably in a long, long time, which also is kind of what today's title and what today's message is about. There's a quote, my friends, that I'm going to start today's story off with: true happiness. True happiness is to enjoy the present. And I can be perfectly honest, that is something that I've been struggling with probably the last 23 years of my adult working life. Is I'm always hustling and grinding, trying to get the job done, trying to get the thing that I'm trying to achieve done, whether this is for my wife or whether for my kids. And I'm very guilty of not enjoying the moment, not enjoying the moment. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence of the future. And what we're going to be discussing tonight, what we're going to be diving into is, like myself, how often do you, just like I do, sprint to the finish line, rush to work, and not really take the time to notice the gorgeous sunrise or sunset, depending on what time you go to work? What I've noticed about my life is I have rushed from start line to finish line, start line to finish line, immediately turning to the next thing once that thing's done. I'm going to use my amazing wife, for example. My wife of almost 20 years. She loves me, adores me. She tolerates me, but she also keeps me very busy. I don't know about the rest of you gentlemen in the world, but she gives me honey-do lists. And now I'm going to say, while I am doing these honey-do lists, I hope the rest of you men out there are tackling your honey-do lists with all of your fervor and every ounce of energy you have, because this, my friends, is an amazing way to show your love and your dedication and your gratitude towards your wife, towards your significant other. Not everyone's love language, is this certain thing. But I know for my wife, if she is asking me to do it, she's asking me to do it for a reason, because she never asked me for anything. But what I would like to know, guys, is how many of you, when I say guys is like this generalized blanketed statement here, but how many of us are guilty from rushing from finish line to finish line to finish line, and not actually paying a whole lot of attention on what's going around us or the journey? There's been too many times that now this is just me, I have rushed to get the job done for the sake of getting the job done and not actually enjoying the process. We do live in a microwave society where we are always constantly trying to get things done faster, taking shortcuts. That whole quantum leap. How can I have dinner done in 3 minutes in the microwave? And then we stare into the microwave like, come on, faster, speed up. Are you done yet? God gave us an allotted amount of time on this earth, yes. And we should be good stewards of that time. But the aim is to not ignore the future when we try to spend as much time as we can working on our future. But how many times have we tried to rush things along? And that's when we make mistakes because we get in a hurry. We get in a hurry trying to get to the next destination. You're not paying attention to what you're doing in traffic. You get in a hurry in your presentation and you've got misspelled words. You get in a hurry doing the thing, and that's when we make mistakes. But the biggest mistake that I'm speaking of right now is us rushing through life, ignoring what's going on in our life. I am very guilty of spending more time trying to fix my mistakes because I started rushing, which you can do with a lot of things. You can go back and redo things. However, the thing that I am the saddest about is rushing from start line to finish line, start line to finish line, working, frantically planning the next thing. And I've missed the first 16 years of my children's life. I'll never be able to get that back. I've rushed to finish line, to start line, to finish line, but in the process of this, I neglected my wife, I neglected my children, I neglected my own physical, mental, spiritual health, planning for the next thing. And when we accomplish the thing, you start the next thing. When you accomplish the thing, you start the next thing. So often in life, we get so frantically busy planning for our future, we actually miss living in the moment. We get so focused on trying to build our future, we forget to live in the present. And then the present becomes the past. And too many times, I get it, I understand. Too many times, we start to think back about the past and the things that we could have done better, the things we could have done different. But there's nothing we can do about the past. It has passed. It is in the past. The only thing that we can do is learn from the past. Now, happiness can be delivered in many forms. You know, I do see, at least in my own life, I enjoy a great deal of happiness when I achieve something. You know, whether this is in my physical health, in exercising in the gym, or in my business, achieving the next level of the thing, or whether it's with relationships, those things make me happy. But what I have noticed over the last 23 years is how there has been a monumental number of times I have caught myself pondering on the past. I wished I could. I should have done. And then I get caught up in the past, and now I'm not able to live in the present. So we can get caught up in the past, and we can get caught up trying to build our future and still miss out on the present. I want you to always learn from my mistakes. The purpose of this distinctly extraordinary society is to bring like-minded people together so we can all learn from each other. And right now, I want you to learn from my mistakes. Don't dwell on the past, but don't focus so much on the future that you can't live in the present. Yes, I want you to have big, hairy, audacious goals. Have some BHAGs. Scoop you up some haters. But have those goals that almost make you tremble with fear just a little bit, because they're out there so far that the only way you're going to get there is with God. Get you some haters because you are doing such big things. There are going to be people who are going to get upset along the way. There are going to be people who are going to disagree with you along the way. Happiness cannot be bought. We cannot change the past. We can change our future. But I have met so many successful people in their business life, in their personal life, and the list can go on and on and on, my friends. They were so successful, they had everything, but they were unhappy, even to the point of taking their own lives. When you are busy and you are focused on a task, I want you to give your all on that task. Don't get distracted with social media. Don't get distracted with any one thing. Block off that time. If it is time to work and this is work time, give 100% max effort. Do your due diligence to focus solely on that task, so when that task is done, you can move to the next task. But enjoy the moment. Enjoy the process of getting to that finish line. But when it's time to focus on the family, you've got to do the same thing. You've got to focus 100% of your time, of your energy on your family. And that's where I have messed up along the ways. I would finish the task and then start the next task and finish the task and start the next task because I always felt like I was behind. I always felt like I needed to keep achieving. But the problem was I did not separate work life from home life, work life from my personal life, my professional life from my relationships. I was working harder on trying to build and grow a future that my family could enjoy, but all the while, I was never there in the present. I missed all the birthday parties. I missed the first steps. I missed the first words. I missed their graduations. I wasn't there for their ball games, for their recitals, because I was too focused on trying to grow and build something that they would be proud of, to have a better future. But at those moments in their life, all they really needed and all they really wanted was dad to be around. So guys, I want you to take all of this now that you know, you're now responsible to do something with it. Now that you know the things that I have done, the mistakes that I've made, you are now charged with learning from my mistakes and living your life better than I've lived mine up to this point. I have got to learn from my own mistakes. And one thing that I have took from this mastermind that I was at. It was called the OB Mastermind. The OB stands for Obam Boehm, doctor. I guess I should put that in there. The man worked hard, Dr. Obam. But during that mastermind, one thing I took from it that I'm going to implement immediately was he broke his 24 hours of his day into a quadrant system. And they were hard lines. This thing could not cross that line to get over into this quadrant. 8 hours of sleep. Non-negotiable. You've got to have it. Your body has to have it. Your brain has to have it. It's non-negotiable. From midnight to 8 a.m. was when he slept. It was non-negotiable. No matter what he was doing, when midnight hit, you go to bed. When 8 a.m. the alarm goes off, you get up. Now, he's a successful person. He can kind of make his hours. So getting up at 8 a.m. might be like, oh my gosh, I wished I could do that. But that's not the point. The quadrant system is the point. From 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. was his next quadrant, and this is when he worked. And during those hours, from 8 to 4, he put forth 100% max effort, non-distracted, full focus. Nothing going on but work. So when 4 p.m. came, he was done with work. And from 4 and on, those times had their blocks as well. And I needed to hear that. So guys, this is just me. These are the mistakes I've made as we wrap this thing up. I want to leave you with this. The quadrant system is something that I truly believe can work in everyone's lives. You just got to figure out, where do these things fit? On paper, on purpose. Dave Ramsey. When we can live our lives specifically, intentionally, on purpose, then that means we can have every level and every form of true happiness and enjoy the moment, enjoy the presence, enjoy the journey. And when the task is finished, celebrate that task. But don't all right, done. Facebook Live, done. Hop off, start the next thing. Celebrate that the task is finished, and celebrate the opportunity to start the next task, whatever that thing may be. For me, when my Facebook Live is done, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's family time. Uninterrupted family time. From 10 p.m. to 4:35 a.m., that's sleep time. I'm going to now start making my life absolutely 100% on purpose, because I don't want to miss another second with my family. I don't want to be doing my Facebook Live or my work, whatever the work is. For me, this is my work. And you're like, ding. Oh, Cassie says, you got to do this and you got to do that. Oh, cool. All right, back to work. Oh, ding. Oh, email. Oh, okay. Ding. Oh, that's an Instagram person wants to send me a message. And next thing you know, that we're working distracted. I've now wasted 47 minutes of work time that I'm now going to have to catch up, because I still have to work. I still have to finish my thing. Now that's cutting into family time. So now I have basically said that whoever this Instagram person is, and it doesn't say, that just says they want to send me a message. I now just said, whoever this person is more important than my wife, is more important than my kids. And maybe it's work. Let's just say this person wants to sign up for my 24/7. That's right. We are about to launch a 24/7 access here at our gym, and that's going to cost you $45 a month. So this person's going to want to join my gym, do the 24/7 thing. So I just answer them, and I just spent 15, 20 minutes answering them. What I just said is that time that I just spent answering this person, and yes, I may have made $45 off of it, but I just said 30 minutes that I spent answering this person, yes, I made $45. But I just said I would pay $45 to give up time with my family. That doesn't necessarily sound too terrible, but I want to leave you with this. What if, and I rebuke this in the name of Jesus, and I'm not speaking this over my family's life, but what if, as my wife was driving home from work tonight, every single one of them died in a car crash? I'm now saying that $45 is worth more than being able to spend the last 30 minutes that I will ever have on this planet with my family. And that's how we have to look at time, because we will never get it back. Because once it's in the past, there's nothing you can do about it. So guys, we're going to end there. I'm going to leave you with that, friends. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxiously depending on the future. I don't want us to go from task to task to task to task and then not enjoy the journey. I am now getting up at 4:35 a.m., getting in my car and on the way to the gym to coach my 5 a.m. class. I'm actually enjoying the sunrise and thanking God for waking up, because there's probably 500,000 people across the world that did not wake up this morning, and they weren't thankful for it. They weren't even paying attention to tomorrow may never come. Guys, I love you. I want to thank you for being a part of the Distinctly Extraordinary Society. It is truly an honor to spend these moments with you each and every day. We will see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time with another tip to take your health to a whole new level. This is Coach B signing off.